Good afternoon, guys. How are you guys doing out there in Love Nation? This is your girl, Love Goddess, and I welcome you to another edition of Afternoon Tea and Tarot with your girl. Listen, I am so honored to be able to bring forth this message that has been downloaded to me through our guides here today. Such a profound message. I know that this message is going to help us um, in our growth as a collective here in Love Nation. You know, the thing that I love about receiving downloads is never truly about me. It's always about us. The messages are here, or they come first to me to bring enlightenment of my own path. And then once it brings enlightenment to me, then I'm able to embody that message by allowing God Force energy to come down and relay the message to you guys out there in Love Nation as a collective. So that's what I love about doing these different sequences of, like, tea talk and morning news, different stuff like that, because it kind of helps us, gives us, this is almost like daily prayer, you know. That is the whole idea of the lineup that we have here in Love Nation. Just to give you a little background of why I chose these different topics. Morning news is just like prayer or something for us to look forward to throughout the day to get us started. And then afternoon tea is just something that brings us a little bit more comfort as we continue our day. In the afternoon, usually you already went through morning and you've encountered whatever experience you need to encounter. But, afternoon tea is just to keep you regulated, keep you balanced. And then, of course, we have the other sequence that we have here in Love Nation. I hope that you guys are truly checking those out. Morning news, afternoon tea. I also have evening blues that I started, and of course nightcap. Um, yeah, and then I also have where I just talk to you guys. Um, Most of the time with no tarot cards. Sometimes I might pull a card or two. With growth talk. This is truly to serve you and the Most High, because these are things that were dropped in my spirit, downloads. And like I said, whenever I receive those downloads, I just act on it, because God gave me the downloads in order for me to get a revelation over my life, what is happening in my life, and for me to receive that revelation, I have to, share that gift that He gave me. That's where sharing and caring and, serving others, because whenever we're blessed, we're not supposed to keep that blessing for ourselves. We're supposed to share the blessing. That is why I'm here in Love Nation. That is why I call it Love Nation, because I'm sharing the love of God. He has embarked on me. Whatever love God has given me, I'm here to share it with you guys here in Love Nation. And today, here in afternoon tea, I hope you guys have your tea. Today I have coffee. I felt like drinking some coffee. I needed a little bit more coffee to get myself going. But this is truly Tea Talk, or Tea Talk Tarot, um, this afternoon. So the download that I received today, the topic of today's afternoon tea is going to be knowing your fears. Knowing your fears. Um, Along with knowing your fears, I also received the download that kinds collaborates with knowing your fears, and that is also know your power. So not only do you need to know your fears, but you also need to know your power. So that's like the light and dark of self. Fears is the dark aspect of you. That is like your ego. That is what your ego fears. You know, the things that make you or trigger you um, to either flight, freeze, or what is the other one? Flight or freeze. Flight, freeze, and flight, freeze, and stagnation, like caution yourself. That's your fears. That's the ego. The ego, either when a fear comes up in our life, we're either going to freeze and not move at all, like shock, like fear shock, or like some type of conscious or unconscious shock that you have, to where like an animal, the animals who have, what is it, the ocular vision, where sometimes some animals have the vision, like flies. Flies are attracted to light, so whenever they see light they fly into it, you know, because they feel like it's their safety. Whereas animals like um, possums and coons, whenever they see the light beam of like a car or a shining light, they freeze, they stop, they play dead. That's what they do. So, and then there's ones that see the light, but they're like, should I go in the light, or should I'm gonna tiptoe my way. I'm gonna tiptoe my way to it because I don't know. Because who's in the light? What's in the light? That's the one who want to know what, you know, you want to know ahead of time. So because you don't want it to be a fear, and you don't want that fear, you know, to startle you or give you some type of depression or anxiety, or, you know, bring some form of hurt, pain to you. That's what fear, that's what we say fear does. It gives us some type of pain, or it triggers some type of emotion within us. So with that being said, we need to know our fears. I have a card here to show one of the things, knowing our fears. Um, Also, the other counterpart of knowing your fears, knowing that shadow area of yourself, is also knowing your power. Your power is basically, um, everyone has different powers, actually. The way you react to those fears, maybe, or the way you react to certain challenges of your life, brings forth your power. So when you know your power, when you know your truly know your power, it's crazy. I'm looking at this card because this was one of the cards that came through. But when you know your power, you see this horse, the outlining of a horse, and it has like fierce flames. Like when you know your power, that's how you are. You're fierce. Um, you you are someone who has like boundaries. You don't allow things to trigger you because you have like this facade over you, or a facade of protection over you, because you built up some form of strength that you're able to triumph. That's what horses do, triumph over um, obstacles. They either triumph over it or they hurdle over it. So to have power is to be able to face the fear head on, whatever it is, you know, without flighting, without running, without freezing, and without like trying to figure it how you can get past it. You know, to have power over a fear is to basically stare at that fear without allowing it to trigger some form of emotion within you. So, yeah, I think that Spirit wants us to know that today, you know, have that power over the fear. Don't allow your fear to control or dictate how you react to things, or how your day is going to continue. Don't allow the fears, like if you have, okay, let me give some type of scenario. Um, the best way to overcome a fear, say if I have a fear of heights, right? The best way that I am going to be able to overcome that fear is to actually find something that has to do with height, and but yet something that also has to do with enjoyment, right? So in our fear, we may need to find something that's going to bring comfort to us or some type of enjoyment while in the fear. So for instance, I have a fear of height. So my first thought is to conquer that fear of height. Either I'm going to take on the challenge of climbing a mountain, knowing that once I get to the top of the mountain, I will have victory. Not only victory of conquering that mountain and having fun doing it, but also conquering that mountain and having fun conquering my fear. You see, so, you know, that's one aspect of it. That's just like having a fear of heights and deciding that you're going to go parasailing, um, or yeah, parasailing, or what is it? Yeah, is that when you jump out the plane or something like that? So parachuting, you know, or even parasailing, parasailing. That sounds fun. That's on the back of the boat, right? When you on the back of the boat, start off in the ocean, and as the boat goes, your parasail goes up. So that's a form of conquering that fear of heights dead on, you know, and not worrying about what's going to happen, because most of the time the reason why we're fearful is we're consciously or unconsciously thinking about, okay, well, what if the parachute doesn't pull, the drawstring doesn't work? Okay, now I'm dead. You know, you're thinking that, and whenever you think, as we all know, your conscious thoughts are your reality of things. So you can't allow your fears to prevent you from taking the adventure into learning something new. Because a lot of times we prevent ourselves from actually learning something new or finding a new way of life because we fear that other side, or we fear the challenge that comes before us in order to get to the other side. So we have to conquer that fear, because if we don't conquer that fear, we'll just be stuck. We'll just be in this cycle of being fearful to actually get to a different state of being, you know, which is fearless, like this horse, fearless. So I think that's kind of the underline. Just be fearless. Fearless of not knowing the outcome of things. You know, sometimes we don't know the outcome, but don't force the outcome, is what I'm hearing from Spirit right now. Don't force the outcome. Just go with the flow of things, the flow and ebb and flow of life, and allow things to unfold for you without you being fearful of the challenges that you have to face. Because The thing about challenges, I love challenges because I know when a challenge comes before me, that means that I'm getting ready to transition into something new, a new way of being. You know, rather it's someone who has just, because you're going to gain something out of overcoming your fears. You gain something. Now you're fearless. Now that does not fear, you're not fearful of it anymore. That's just like being fearful of swimming, or swimming in the lake or in the ocean or wherever, because you know that you don't feel the ground and you don't want to sink, or you don't want to drown, or you want to be able to feel safe and feel the bottom before you actually go in the ocean. No, like, allow yourself to experience it, because in every experience, good or bad, we are there to actually just learn how to either overcome a bad experience, so that when that experience comes up again, we're better suited to handle that situation. So don't block your blessings, and don't block your power, your fearlessness, because of your fears. We're going to get some cards here in afternoon tea today. I was called to my Sufi wisdom cards, and I have my golden tarot cards here. So let's see what Sufi wants us to know when it comes to our fears. What is it that the spirit guides, ancestors of the Most High, our guides, our angels, God Source Energy Himself need us to know right now when it comes to our fears and overcoming our fears in order to become fearless and more powerful at this time? Yes, thank you. Yes. Okay. I love that energy. Right. The underlying energy here is to turn over a new page. Turn over a new page. How would you do that? You can't turn the page if you're continue in that cycle. If you are continuing to be in a cycle of safety, of safety, like, I want to feel the ground. I know how much I make. I'm not going to take no types of leap of faith. Nope. You're not having faith in the unknown. So, having faith in the unknown, like this says, turn over a new page. It's like, we don't know what the next chapter brings. We don't know what the next page of our life brings. The only way we're going to know what the next page is when we turn it over. But we can't turn it over if we're fearful of the unknown, of not knowing if I'm going to have a ground up under me. Am I going to have safety? That's the whole thing about fear. Like, having fear means that you're safe. You feel safe where you are. I'm too fearful to take the next step. I'm too fearful to turn the page. I don't want to go in there. It's dark. I don't want to go over there because it's too high off the ground. You know, because you're safe in where you're at, and there's many pages to your book. There's many, many pages to who you are, but you have to embark on them. How do you embark on them? By facing your challenges. Life is not supposed to be easy. There's not, if you're living life easy, you're content, and you're safe. You're content in what it is. And you don't want to move into the unknown. You don't want to move into something you don't know. Like, you're content with having 20 jobs just to, survive. That, is people work to survive. But it's not about surviving, it's about living. And how do you live? By continuing to turn the page. Living is getting to the end of that chapter, getting to another page in life. That is living. That is freeing yourself. Like the horse. But you're fearful. And okay, so Spirit wants you to turn the other page. There are things here in the other pages. There are 3 cards. I pulled 3 cards that is going to represent the next page for you. Okay? So the first page is it says you are unique. You are unique. And this card comes up. It says, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. You are unique. Look at that beauty. You're unique. So the next page of your life is for you to understand that you are a different cloth, cut from a different fabric. Okay? We're not brought here to become accustomed or safe in the way the 3D world tell us we have to be. We have not come here to be stuck, or I don't even want to say stuck, but it's like you feel safe where you are. And the reason why is because you have people that look up to you, maybe. That's why you're comfortable, because people are looking up to you. You probably have a family here, and that family you work to take care of. But the thing is, your next chapter is learning that we have to be able to separate ourselves. We have to separate from the mundane, separate from the custom, separate from the way that man has made it for us to be. And in that separation, you come to find out that you are unique. You're made by the Most High God, meaning you are unique. You are not, you're set apart from the normal. So your next chapter is about severing the cords, releasing yourself from what people think of you, what people see in you, and looking for outside influences to tell you you are unique, to tell you you are loved, you are beautiful. You don't need that, because the Most High God already told you that. God's love already showed you that. And that is your next chapter, but you have to get over the fear of wondering, what are they thinking if I decide to go this way? What would people say about me? You're worrying about, that's an egotistical worry. That's what fears are. Fears are fears of the ego. We have to let go of the ego, and allow our spirit to live, because our spirit doesn't care about all of that. Our spirit has one thing in mind, and that's the mission that we came here for. We incarnated here for a mission, to be service to the Most High. And when you are aligned with that and you are focused on that, you don't have enough focus to focus on anything else. So that's one of the chapters. The next one is happy life. Happy life, when you allow things to unfold. You see that? It's just like a flower. When you ground yourself in the soil of the Most High God and His love and in His presence, then that's when your life begin to change. But it's not going to happen in this chapter, because this chapter of your life have too many fears, trying to please too many people, and you're not getting pleased. There's something missing in that. And once you transition that part of you to where you release yourself from outside of influences, then your life becomes better and more happier and more blossom. You know, you start to produce actual flowers within the garden of self. And it starts to show within your talk, within your walk, within your beliefs, within the way that you move so gracefully on this earthly plane, not worried about what people are saying about you, not worried about how they think about you, because you are unique in your own way. Nobody else can be you. So that is another chapter that you can look forward to. And union of love. The union of love is another chapter. Embrace the beloved within your own heart. Stepping into that portal of your heart. Loving on yourself. Releasing all fears and stepping into your own power of love, of bliss. The alignment of the Most High is all about blissfulness, mindfulness, loving, care, compassion. And that is what you're missing by being fearful. Fearful does not carry any sort of love. You're just safe. You're safe from the unknown. You're safe because you know what is safe. Being safe is just knowing what is safe. Whereas the unknown is the unknown. But you walk into that with your power and your ability, your strength, your confidence, your determination. You walk into that darkness, walking through it into the light of God Himself. So now that we know you can walk into your power, once you start turning the pages of life, you know, what is it that the collective here, why is it so hard? I'm not saying that it's hard, but what are some of the things that may be preventing, per se? What are some of the things that may be preventing the collective from moving forward from their fears here? Let's see, I've been guided to go back to the Sufi wisdom. Surrender. You're being guided to surrender. Surrender to that unknown. It is not for us to always know. We're not supposed to know everything. That is only one energy out there knows everything, and that is God's source energy. He is the God of all knowing. He's the only one. He knows everything. He knows our beginning and our end, from the beginning to the end. He knows when you're going to be ready to turn the chapters. He knows the hour. He knows the minute. He knows. He's the only one who knows. We don't. That's why we have to get over the fear, releasing that ego, and stop allowing the ego to drive, and allow God to drive you. You're the co-creator of your life. This life do not belong to you. Yes, we have He gives us the will, but that will is only to say yes or no. So if you're allowing the ego to drive, that means you said no to God driving your force, your life. So to be fearful is saying no to God. I hate to be so blunt, but that is the truth. To be fearful is to say no to God, because fear is egotistical. Fear is safety. And safety is knowing. You know, so to be fearless and to walk into the unknown is saying yes to God. Yes to your will, God, not mine. And yes, I will get over here in the passenger seat and put on my seatbelt and go for this ride, challenges and all. That is what fearless is. That is standing in your power. That is standing in your true power. Taking on the challenges for what they are. Yes. Anything else here? Be that portrait of divine beauty. Be that portrait. You know, and when it says be that portrait of divine beauty, the thing that I think of is like be that guiding light. Show the way to others that are around you. Be able to walk in grace and God's light, showing others the way of how to be gracefully, flowing, flawless, and free. All right, let's get some tarot. Let's get some tarot for this. Let's get some tarot. Spirit guides, ancestors are the most. Well, what is this? Okay, so okay, so okay, God. So but yeah, look at this. This is the underline here. This is the Two of Wands, and when you look at this wand, you see someone who's standing. It looks like he's standing on a castle. That is a castle. The way that it is, he's standing out on the balcony or the rooftop, and he has these two staffs. Okay, he has these two staffs. One staff behind him, and one staff in front of him. And then in the one that's in front of him, he has his hand on it. And then he has the world in the other hand. So it looks as though he's looking out over the mountains. You know what it makes me feel like? It makes me feel like this is someone who has accomplished, someone who has turned the page, someone who has overcome all of those mountains in the background. And now he's standing on his castle, his home, and he's looking on what other challenges do I have? What else can I do? I'm not quite I'm grateful and I'm thankful for being able to take on that challenge and receive this, but I want to do more service to the world. There's something more here for me. And that's that he's holding on to the wand of creation here. And this other staff that is behind him reminds me of accomplishment. It's in the back of him. It's like going to the top of your roof or the top of a mountain and you have like a flag. It's in my mind I see like, you know, in my mind I see like someone climbing a mountain, but they got their flag and they're going all these challenges. They got their flag of the US, the UK, you know, China, whatever. And as they get to the top of this mountain and they have defeated the mountain, they plant their flag in the ground. That is what this is, accomplishment. This staff is his accomplishment over those mountains, over those challenges, over his fears. Now he's ready for more. He's ready because the way that you feel, when you overcome your fear, the way that you feel, it's like, wow, I was afraid of that and it was so easy to overcome. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. That is how he's looking at this world with the other staff in his hand. Like, okay, I'm going to go back over those mountains and build another home, or I'm about to face another mountain because I want to face that mountain because I love the way I feel now. I love who I have become. Fearless. I'm that stallion, you know, bursting flame of energy that wants to take on the challenge. So that's what I receive with that underall energy here. It's like spirit is being very clear. Like once you start turning the pages, the read of your life becomes easier. And someone here is moving towards that, and you're moving towards that quickly. It won't the there's some quick moving action towards that. Now, this action, I feel two different actions, okay? And I feel the energy of a masculine because we have the emperor here. The emperor. You're moving towards this emperor energy. And the emperor is someone who is fearless, someone who is grounded, someone who is stable, someone who has built a kingdom. And you stand and you sit on your what is it called? I don't know, your king's chair. And wow, wait a minute. So it's funny. I've never noticed this before about this emperor. Emperor is very balanced. If you look here, you have the Ankh, symbolizing of the Ankh as the masculine and the feminine aspect. So he is very balanced with both his masculine and his feminine energy. But what I've never noticed before in this card, if you look in this hand here, this emperor has a bomb. That is a bomb, right? Look at it. You see the okay, here it is. There it is. You see it? It has a stem on it. It looks just like a bomb, like he's getting ready to blow something up. This emperor is going to blow something up. And then you have the mountains in the back. Again, mountains represent challenges. So you've overcame those challenges as this emperor energy. But what are you blowing up? Something's going to get blown up here. Maybe you. And it's coming fast with this fast energy. With this book analogy, maybe you're a writer. Because I keep talking about turning pages. Maybe you're a writer, or maybe you're going to write a book, or you're going to write poems, some form of writing. But what is about to, oh Jesus. I'm sorry guys. And our time is, we're getting past our time here for afternoon tea. Let me grab these cards real quick because I want to find out what's blowing up, and then we're going to try to close it out here without being too long because we've already gone past the 30-minute mark. And I don't want to keep you guys too long. You guys got to go back to work and stuff with your afternoon tea. Trying to get this done. So what is blowing up in this Emperor energy? What is it that is about to explode when it comes to this Emperor? Something's about to explode in your life, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this in this afternoon tea. Yeah, this afternoon tea. What is about to blow up? So, okay, but we're talking about fears and your power. But what is about to blow up in this Emperor energy? Because remember, you're turning the pages of your book here. What is about to blow up in this Emperor energy? Thank you. Oh, ooh. Oh my God. Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a darn minute. We're talking about know your fears and overcoming fears and standing in your power, and there's some fast moving energy here, but this Emperor is about to blow something up. And the first card that came out was the Star card. So I feel like someone's about to get recognition here. And that's what I mean about turning the pages. You don't know until you start turning the pages of your life. So getting over those fears is bringing some form of star power towards an emperor here. Someone who is sitting on their throne and ready to blow up. I seen that like so clear. You see that? That is a bomb. You're about to blow up and it's coming really fast and you're becoming the star. Yeah, somebody's about to become a star here in Love Nation. And then I have two more cards here. The High Priestess and the Ten of Cups. So this book, these chapters that we are turning in this book, by getting over our fears and standing in our power, is going to lead to stardom. It's going to lead to a stardom for you, the Emperor. It's also going to lead you to your Empress or your High Priestess. As you go along facing your fears, you're going to embark on what it is that you need to do, your destiny. Your chapters are being foretold now. And you're moving, I feel the energy of you're moving away from these fears in your life. And you're becoming this fearless stallion, blazing flame of energy. And you're becoming a star. There's something about writing a book. There's something about writing, either writing a book, just a regular, it could be a novel, it could be, a kid's book, it could be some type of poem book. But there's book energy here. There's a High Priestess energy here. So there is energy about love. Remember, we did receive the card of union. It says union of love. We did receive that on the board. So as you turn the pages, and we did see work of art here. Work of art. So yeah, you're some type of artist. Books, paintings, something with all this paintistry here. But you're moving towards a home. You're moving towards wish fulfillment with this Ten of Cups. You're moving towards building a family. But that is towards the end of your book. That's like you have to overcome all of this in order to get to this and this and this. Okay? This is representing chapters of your life. Chapters. It don't all happen at once. You have to do the work. You have to face the challenges of your fears head on without knowing. Being safe is knowing. Because when you feel safe, you don't move from that safety. But don't just feel safe. Don't do things just to survive. Move in love. Embrace the challenges. Embrace the mission. Embrace the path that is set before you. The Most High has paved a path for you. You just have to turn the pages. And turning the pages is stepping into the unknown, being that full energy and just going with the flow of life and allowing God's source energy to lead you where you need to go. So that's going to end our afternoon tea because we are almost at an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I love you guys. If you like this message, go ahead and hit that like button, share it. If this is your first time here, we would love for you to hit that subscribe button, to leave a residue of your energy here. That way, when I do the messages, I can connect with your energy and bring a more personal read just for you. Listen, this is your girl Love Goddess here in Love Nation. This has been another afternoon tea talk and tarot in Love Nation, where we are one nation under the highest, most vibrated God source energy guidance there is in Love Nation. Um, Listen, I love you guys to the utmost. I am praying for you. Please pray for me, and we will pray for each other. That way we can continue to exchange this energy. Listen, until next time, take care of yourself. Be safe out there. This your girl Love Goddess. Peace, love, and light. Bye.